This is the one strategy that will completely save you in GBPUSD. And once you actually start using the strategy, you will become unstoppable in the markets. Okay, so this is a GBPUSD strategy, and I'm gonna be explaining exactly how you can use this to your advantage and become completely profitable just from it. Okay, use this on your funded account. So what we're gonna be doing is trading within the London kill zone, which is from 7 a.m. until 11 a.m. Okay, on a 5-minute time frame. This is all the other pairs it can work on, but GBPUSD is what we're gonna be focusing on. Okay, make sure you're on a 5-minute time frame. You're gonna be marking out the highs and the lows of Asian session, right? So this is the Asian session right here. You can see it because the highlighted area. If you want this indicator, just comment down below and I'll send it to you. But this is the Asian session. This is the highest point, and I'm gonna be marking out the lowest point right here. Okay, so once we got the highest and the lowest point, this is what we need to do. We need to identify which part of price is actually liquidated first. So I'm gonna just play price forward, and you're gonna see exactly how it just took out the lows. And once it actually takes out the lows, what you need to do from here on out is very simple, right? You need to make sure that you actually mark out the liquidity area. So this is our liquidity point right there. And once we do that, now what we need to do is find a breakage of structure where fractional highs / lows have been swept. So what we're going to be doing is find a market structure shift towards the upside. So I'm going to play price forward, keep playing it. I'm going to keep playing price forward. And for you, the guys that said, oh, there's a market structure shift right here, why did you not enter? Why did you not mark out the fair value gap or anything? Okay, you can see clearly that once actually it's got swept, there is no fair value gap. Okay, all of price is efficient, right? Every single point is efficient. There isn't any inefficiency that we can enter off of, which is why I didn't mark out anything out. So we're going to keep playing price forward. We're going to keep going. Once we actually start getting, okay, now we're starting to get engulfing candlesticks, and there we go. We just got a big engulfing candlestick, and there's another one right there. So now we've got the big engulfing candlesticks in. Now we have a lot of inefficiency that we can actually use. So we're going to be using this candle right here because the candle before it and the candle after it did not go above it. So let me just show you this right now, very up close. So the candle before it, this is the candle that we're using as our market shift. This candle right here and this candle right here did not go below it, which means this is what we need. Okay, so after this, what we're going to be doing is very simple. Once we got the market shift, let me mark this out for you guys. Once we got this market structure shift, what we need to do from here on out is mark out our fair value gap, right? So as you can see here, we need to identify a fair value gap, overlap the fair value gap with a market structure shift for a higher probability, and then we can execute the trade, right? That's all that's left to do, and we can see clearly where the fair value gap is. But just before that, I've got the biggest opportunity waiting for you, okay? Before you buy any prop from accounts, stop buying FTMO, stop buying for the next. This is what you need to do, okay? You need to join the first link in the description right now because you will get a payout like Nicola Gunnoff right here, $3,000 with expert funded. This is what he did. He just joined the first link in the description. He bought a prop from account, which I gave him 20% discount off of, right? After that, after he bought it, I passed his account phase 1 and phase 2 of evaluation, and I also managed his account, okay? And I got him a payout. We only took 30% of his payout, right? So he has so much of the 2,900 left. Now he has, his actual payout was about $2,600, right? But that's still a lot. So make sure you actually do join. First, look at the description, and you can actually guarantee yourself one of these payouts because it's so easy and it's so simple if you're working with me. This is MS Pass right here, so make sure you join. First, look at the description. But anyway, now we're going to be marking out my fair value gap, which will be from here to here. And I'm just going to be entering off of this area, right? So I'm going to enter off of this area, placing my stop loss just below the first candle of the FUG, and placing my take profit at 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio. Let me just delete this. So now it's a 1-to-3, everything's set, everything's good. Now what I need to do is play price forward, and you're going to see exactly how it runs up. So it's just entered right there twice. And now all we're looking for is price to actually do what we told it to do. And now we're waiting, and there we go. It's completely smashed our take profit. This is what we want to be seeing every single day in the markets. And the more we see of this, the more we will actually get funded, right? So make sure you click the first link in the description and start straight away. But I'm going to be showing you another example right now, so make sure you tune in for that one. Now that we have another example, I'm going to be doing the exact same steps and marking out the exact same steps. So we're going to be marking out the highs and the lows right there, right here. And what we need to do next is figure out which side gets swept. So play price forward. Okay, the lows have just completely been swept, which means we're going to be trading the trade towards the upside, right? So this is the market structure shift. I mean, the liquidity point right here. So this is our liquidity. And once we actually do mark out the liquidity, what we need to do next is very, very crucial, right? We need to find a breakers of structure where fractional highs / lows have been swept, right? So I'm going to play price forward, and we're just waiting for that fractional high to get swept, right? So we're going to keep playing, and there we go. We just completely swept it right there. Let me just move this back a little bit. All right, so you might be saying, oh, why does this not count? Why does this not count? Right here, because there is no fair value gap. Okay, if you're seeing no potential fair value gap, then the market structure shift, there's really no need for it, right? So for play price forward now, you can see right here, this is the fractional high, and it's completely just been swept right there by a big candle, and this is the big line right here, right? So this is our market structure shift, and let me show you how the candle before it right here and the candle after it did not go above it, which makes this the perfect market structure shift, right? So once we do get this market structure shift, what we need to do from here on out is so simple. Just mark out the fair value gap, and we can see it so clearly right here. This is the fair value gap. What we're going to be doing is entering our buy limit right there, placing our stop loss just at the bottoms of these areas right here, because there's so much buying pressure, which means we're going to just put it at the bottom of this. And now what we're going to be doing is placing a 1-to-3 risk reward ratio, right? So I want to put 2.7. Okay, it's the same thing. So there's so much buying pressure, which means price will actually drop all the way back down to this area, so it can go back up, right? So I'm going to play price forward now, and you're going to see exactly what I mean. So it's gone down, it's just entered, there you go, it's just hit that line that I've completely just marked out, and now it's completely smashed our take profit, okay? It's so easy to actually use this strategy and become profitable off of this strategy. But you know what's even easier? Click on the first link in the description to get funded as fast as possible. As fast as 2 weeks, you can get a payout. Okay, what's next now? I'm going to be showing you on a fundamental level how this works, right? So you're going to be marking out, you're going to be waiting for agent session to do whatever it wants. Once it gets to the specific trading time, you mark out the highs and you mark out the lows, right? Once you mark out the highs and the lows, what you need to do next is very simple. You need to make sure price actually sweeps one of these two areas. Once it sweeps the highs, let's say, this would be our liquidity area. Once it actually sweeps the highs, what we need to do from here on out is easy. It's simple. It's just light, right? What we need to do is wait for the market structure shift, right? So we're going to wait for price to do a move like this. And once it actually does make a move like this, what we need to do is mark out our market structure shift right here. And once we do this, it's so easy, because now we could just mark out our fair value gap, which will be right next to it right there. And once we do mark out our fair value gap, we just enter a short position right there, placing our stop loss just at the bottom of this liquidity area, and placing our take profit as 1-to-3 risk reward ratio, right? Now all that's done is now we wait for price to actually come back into this fair value gap area, bounce off it a few times, and now we'll go down and completely smash our take profit just like it did right here. Make sure you do listen carefully to this video, and if you haven't understood anything, just rewatch it and keep rewatching it until you do, because if you do understand the strategy well like I do, it will become a superpower and you can easily make 6 figures off of trading. But anyway, make sure you click on the first link in the description and join if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.